Welcome to Info Hub. In our headlines, Radio Mahdia hits the airwaves, Turmeric factory commissioned, agricultural and small business sectors to benefit from Basic Needs Trust Fund's 9th cycle, and agro-processing fair Uncapped slated for month-end. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
Daddy!
And now for the details. Agricultural diversification and Guyana's greening were the focus at a national tree planting exercise and commissioning of Region 1's Turmeric factory. Delicia Haynes was there and filed this report.
In keeping with the observance of Agriculture Month 2017, the Ministry of Agriculture launched its National Tree Day at the Wanaina Green Park in Hosororo Region 1. The event was hosted under the theme, Sustaining Biodiversity, Plant a Tree. This activity concluded with the commissioning of the community's first turmeric processing factory. Commissioning the factory was President David Granger, who encouraged the regional leadership to work towards having the region maximize agri-production.
You call yourself Region 1, and I want to make you Region 1 in terms of agriculture production. The first region, the number 1 region. That is what Region 1 means to me.
Since Region 1 will take the lead on agriculture diversification, facts relating to climate change will need to be considered. In this regard, Agriculture Minister Noel Holder pointed out that climate change can have a severe impact on agricultural productivity and biodiversity. More importantly, planting trees and diversifying agriculture production will require the entire region's effort to be sustainable.
Due to the shifting precipitation patterns, movement of insect populations, more dramatic shifts in daily temperature regimes, and other large-scale ecological changes that come with climate change, agriculture is the economic sector that will be most severely affected by climate change.
From 2017 onwards, the government is focusing on moving agriculture to the hinterland, which will mitigate the effects of climate change on the coast. Activities like these are aimed at promoting agriculture diversification and development in the hinterland. Reporting from the Wanaina Green Park at Hosororo in Region 1, Delicia Haynes.
The Ministry of Natural Resources confirms that gold declarations as of September 29, 2017 stand at 475,202 ounces. The target set for 2017 is 700,000 ounces, and the predictions are for increased production and declarations in the last quarter of 2017. According to the ministry, recent declarations of Guyana Goldfields Incorporated's enhanced production reinforces the view that economic stability and world market prices are driving higher production. Radio Mahdia 95.1 FM went live as of Sunday last. Gabriela Patram was there for the station's first broadcast to get a glimpse of the historic opening. Let's take a look.
Radio Mahdia is now on air. Radio Mahdia 95.1 FM was commissioned by Vice President and Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu.
Radio Mahdia is a journey that has been complete, a promise fulfilled, and I want you to enjoy, sit back, relax, and enjoy Radio Mahdia.
Prime Minister Nagamutu added that radio as a medium of communication is vital because irrespective of where we are, it reminds citizens that they are Guyanese, irrespective of ethnicity. Additionally, he noted that the station will reflect the pride, culture, and the way of life for the community of Mahdia. Region 8's Regional Chairman Bonaventure Fredericks described the launching as a historic one.
Our hunger for knowledge and information, which is a challenge now, will be somewhat eased because of the information that will be given out from this radio.
According to project coordinator Dr. Robin Diodat, over $21 million was spent in establishing the radio station. It will air content from the National Communications Network, whilst the announcers from within the community are being trained. Giving a few remarks at the historic opening, Chief Executive Officer of the National Communications Network, Lennox Cornett, said the new station represents a significant milestone in Guyana's public information infrastructure for the electronic media. Gabrielle Patram for InfoHub.
The government of Guyana will start evacuation exercises of nationals in hurricane-hit St. Martin to Guyana on Tuesday, October 10 and Wednesday, October 11, 2017. Flights will be facilitated by JAGS Aviation and Trans-Guyana Airways. The Guyana Post Office Corporation reopened its Kitty branch with aims to maximize e-commerce in the postal services. This will benefit some 300,000 persons. Crystal Stull tells us more.
At today's relaunch, Minister of Telecommunications Kathy Hughes explained that the GPOC is focused on pushing more online services.
The Guyana Post Office Corporation is committed to changing and adapting this role to better meet the needs of our consumers. Post offices, therefore, will not become obsolete. They will not close. Instead, they will focus on e-commerce and providing fast, efficient, and an affordable delivery service for parcels and boxes across the region.
She added that as services are enhanced, the ministry is hoping for more home delivery services, especially of important documents.
As we bring more and more services online, making it easier for our citizens to transact business, and that's government businesses, we still need the post office network to deliver our birth certificates, our death certificates, marriage certificates, and other equally important documents, whether we live in the city or in the most remote of hinterland regions.
Hughes said that her ministry's vision is that the post office will also function as an ICT hub for those without internet access. The GPOC plans to refurbish other post offices next year in New Amsterdam, Buxton, Charlestown, Sisters, Anna Regina, and Soesdijk to reflect the modern layout. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
The Inter-American Development Bank, IDB's first state intervention, is having a positive impact on its beneficiaries in the hinterland. Tiffany Rogers tells us more.
Under the pilot program, launched in 2009, several hinterland residents benefited from the construction of houses and roof replacements. Today, the beneficiaries shared how the program has brought improvement to their lives.
I was the lucky person to get this house, so everything is good in this house now. I'm living happy, and I'm a single parent mother. I'm living with my 4 kids in my home, in my house.
Since 2013, I got this house. Since I got this house, I could say thanks for getting this house.
The housing project was funded by the Inter-American Development Bank. Julie Katzman, chief executive of the bank, visited Region 9 and had a first-hand experience of the transformation that the project has had on its beneficiaries.
We spent some time with the community, with people from one of the schools and with others who've benefited from the program, and you can see, in fact, how much it really has improved people's lives.
Building on previous lessons from the earlier venture, another housing phase is being implemented. Minister of Communities Ronald Balkan explains that $3.1 million are to be spent to benefit 12 more communities.
My understanding is that the sum of 193 million Guyana dollars have already been allocated in 2017, or disbursed rather, as payments to suppliers for construction material.
Under the 2017 component, 17 homes are to be constructed and 15 roofs replaced. To date, all the roofs have been changed and 6 houses completed. The remaining houses are slated to be completed before the end of the year. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Uncapped, an agro-processing exposition slated for month-end, set to boost the sector. Paul McAdam tells us more.
The Uncapped exposition, built for October, is a collaboration between the government and the Guyana Manufacturers and Services Association. GMSA President Sham Nokta.
The idea behind Uncapped is to bring together persons who are involved in agro-processing from across the country, both large and small, to also bring together entities that are involved in supporting agro-processing. For example, companies involved in packaging, in shipping, to bring together agencies and institutions that also play a part in helping agro-producers ensure that our products can be able to access and meet market requirements.
Uncapped is one of the government's partnership efforts to encourage value-added production in the agricultural sector.
We're going to have the opening ceremony on the Friday evening, followed by the opening of the booths and regular visitation from the general public. On the Saturday evening, we are putting together a really grand local, what we call a local culture night. It's a number of Guyanese artists that are here: Terry Gadraj, Crazy Ace, comedy from Nothing to Laugh About. A number of artists. The advertising and promotions are already started for these events. And then running along the exhibition together with the Culture Night, we're having what is called a food festival.
The exposition takes place at the Sophia Exhibition Center from October 27 to 29. Paul McAdam, InfoHub.
The agricultural and small business sectors are expected to be the main beneficiaries of the Basic Needs Trust Fund's 9th cycle. The project, which was officially launched today by Finance Minister Winston Jordan, will see some $7.3 million, of which $6.1 million of that amount is being funneled into programs to alleviate poverty.
These grant resources will continue to be used on projects that contribute to poverty reduction through inclusive and sustainable economic growth. This remains the overarching objective of the CDB, as well as the strategic trust of the government of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
Outlining some of the sectors to benefit, Chairman of the Oversight Entity of the Basic Needs Trust Fund, Bernard Lord, explained.
This is yet another opportunity for us to develop projects and programs that will frontally address this issue of poverty in Guyana. The BNTF is the CDB's flagship poverty reduction program that supports interventions in water and sanitation, basic community access and drainage, education and human resource development, including from the 8th cycle, a component on livelihood enhancement.
One of the organizations to benefit from the last cycle was the Guyana Society for the Blind. Representative Ganesh Singh said the organization was able, with help from the BNTF, to acquire equipment benefiting blind students and enabling them to write the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate.
With all of this, the persons that attend the facility, they were able to, one, graduate from CXE with distinction, because we have had students with at least 5 grade 1s for the 5 subjects they wrote. We had over 30 students completing CXE, and those are students without our intervention and the support from BNTF would have been at home and not having a future.
The CDB's BNTF started in 1979. However, Guyana only began benefiting in 1993 and has since been an exemplary partner. To date, Guyana has received grant funding of $30.1 million. Internet Week gets underway. Gabriela Patram tells us what this entails.
Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes today launched Internet Week Guyana 2017. The week of activities, which concludes on October 13, is being held under the theme Building the Internet Collectively. Minister Hughes was enthusiastic about the partnerships among the companies participating in the week's activities, noting that their expertise and knowledge is vital to Guyana's development.
They are essential and key to us being able to share the foundation of how this internet works, the areas that we are falling behind, not only as a country, but I've been able to benefit from a great relationship with many of these organizations, and most importantly from the Caribbean Telecommunications Union.
Minister Hughes has said the forum will ensure that Guyana achieves Goal 9 of the Sustainable Development Goal. This addresses access to the internet and broadband connectivity as a human right. Regional Engagement Manager, International Cooperation for Sign Names and Numbers, ICANN, Albert Daniels, commended Guyana for their strides made in the ICT sector.
The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN, recognizes, first of all, the efforts and the hard work of the government of Guyana and the other local stakeholders in putting together this important event this week.
Some of the areas up for discussion during this week are internet governance and cybersecurity, among others. The final day of Internet Week Guyana is deemed important and exciting. It's the Youth Day, which happens on Friday, the 13th of October. It will see students from primary and secondary schools gathered at the Guyana Pegasus Hotel to learn more about the ICT sector. Reporting from the Guyana Pegasus Hotel, Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.